Hello dear students, a warm greetings of the day. I'm Shubha R, working as an assistant professor in Dr. G. Shankar Government Women's First Grade College, Ajarkadu, Udupi, welcoming you all to the first session on subject named Quantitative Technique Part 1. Try to understand, we are going to concentrate on Quantitative Technique Part 1. What exactly we are going to study in this subject? We are going to study two simple aspects. One is simple statistics and the other one is simple mathematics. Try to understand. First few chapter of syllabus prescribed by Mangalore University. In this subject, that is quantitative techniques part 1, we are going to study simple statistical tools. And last few chapters, we are going to discuss simple mathematics. Means we are going to apply simple mathematical tool to solve some simple problems. So we are going to study two simple things. One is simple statistics, the other one is simple maths. So let me see what is that simple statistics we are going to study under this subject. When you look at syllabus as prescribed by Mangalore University, you'll come to know the first chapter of this subject talks about a very simple statistical tool named measures of central tendency. If I start that subchapter directly, it's of no use to non-statistic students. Or non-statistic students means those who have not studied stat at PU level. They may feel quite difficult to understand measures of central tendency as they are not aware of what is statistics. That's why, being a teacher, it's my duty to explain what is statistics, what is simple meaning associated with the term statistics, what are various statistical steps, what are various processes associated with statistics. So that's why in first few sessions we are discussing in detail about what is statistics and basic aspects associated with statistics. Those who studied statistics at PU level may feel bored. You have to bear with me because there may be n number of students in your class, those who don't know anything about the statistics. I should concentrate on them first. Afterwards, I'll concentrate on all those who know statistics and those who don't know statistics. Try to understand, particularly by starting first chapter, that is measures of central tendency. So let me see what exactly statistics is. Initially, the term statistics was restricted to collection of numerical data by state or kings. Means government or king who was ruling the government or who was ruling a particular state was very much interested to know the performance of their state. So they start collecting data which can be presented in numbers, means numerical data. So the entire process of collecting that numerical data relating to state or king, that constitutes statistics, because the word statistics was derived from Latin word status, which means political state, means what numerical data a political state used to collect was considered as statistics. Did you get my point? So it was restricted to collection of numerical data by a state or king. But now statistics is a scientific method of analyzing quantitative information. So how you analyze scientifically the quantitative information, that is nothing but statistics. So quantitative means that can be measured in quantitative terms. Numerical data means that which are presented in terms of numbers. For example, if I want to know the performance of section B at PU level, so I should collect data with regard to marks scored by all students of section B. So means I will collect either total marks, that is also numerical data, or in terms of percentage, that is also numerical data. So, scientific method of analyzing that numerical data or quantitative information is nothing but statistics. So, it includes collection, classification, description and interpretation of data, which we are going to study in detail. So, in simple terms, statistics is nothing but numerical description of quantitative aspects of a phenomena. Means, if you explain numerically the quantitative aspect of any phenomena, quantitative aspects of any phenomena, that indicates statistics. If you go to corporate world, these people are, try to understand, decision makers. So these decision makers are having lot of data. The challenge is to reduce that data into few significant figures. Try to understand. Why? Lot of data is of no use. When you reduce the data into few significant figures, definitely it is possible for you to draw conclusion from that data. Means to have a meaningful conclusion from that data. So that's why, try to understand, almost all people at corporate world are making use of simple statistical tool which helps them to convert that mountain of data into few significant figures. So statistics is very much important. So we studied what is statistics. What is statistics? So simple. It is a scientific method of analyzing quantitative information. Otherwise, numerical description of quantitative aspects of a phenomena is nothing but statistics. It involves collection, classification, description and interpretation of data. Let me concentrate on definition of statistics. As per Webster, statistics is defined as the classified facts representing the condition of the people in a state, especially those facts which can be stated in numbers or in tables. So, we know that initially it was restricted to collection of numerical data by state or king. So, that's why Webster defined it as classified facts representing condition of people in state, and those facts are in numbers or in table. This is nothing but statistics. But according to Cruxton and Cowden, statistics may be defined as collection, presentation, analysis and interpretation of numerical data. Try to understand. As per Cruxton and Cowden, statistics may be defined as collection of data, presentation of data, analysis of numerical data and interpretation of numerical data. We are going to discuss in detail all these steps. So this is what statistics. So statistics is a process in which we are collecting the data, we are presenting the data, we are analyzing and interpreting what data, numerical data which are in numbers. So which are quantitative data. So when you look at these two definitions given by Webster and Cruxton and Cowden, so we can analyze the characteristics of statistics. What exactly features or characteristics of statistics? First one is statistics are an aggregate of facts. Means if I want to collect information about performance of section B students, if I collect information or marks scored by one single student of section B, it's of no use. Is it possible for me to understand something about performance of section B, means performance of all students of section B, just by collecting marks scored by one student of your class? Definitely not. So that's why statistics are an aggregate of facts. Single or isolated data are not statistics simply for the reason that it is in numbers. Try to understand. It's of no use. So statistics involves aggregate of facts. So means I should collect information from all students of section B if I want to know, or if purpose of my study is to know the performance of all students of section B. Or if I want to know average performance of section B students, I should collect data from all students. So statistics are an aggregate of facts. It is not single or isolated data. Statistics are results of multiple factors. So when I start collecting Mark information or data relating to marks scored by all students of section B. There are few students who scored more marks. There are few students who scored very less marks. There are few students who scored whose scoring is in between this highest marks and lowest marks. Means what facts I am going to get from you with regard to know the performance of your class, try to understand. There are n number of factors which influence that facts. There are n number of forces, try to understand, that operate simultaneously and it influence the data which I am going to collect from you. So that's why statistics are results of multiple factors. Statistics are quantified data. So means statistics are facts or statement in terms of numbers. If I say that performance of section B is increasing once I conduct first internal exam, if I say that performance of section B increased, so this is not quantified data. Then what is quantified? I should express in terms of numbers. I should say that when compared to first internal exam, during second internal exam, performance of section B increased by 20% or increased by 30% or increased to an extent of 50%. Try to understand. This is what statistics. So that's why if I simply states that performance get increased or performance get decreased, it doesn't mean that statistics. Statistics are quantified data. I should express it in terms of numbers. There should be reasonable standard of accuracy while collecting the data. Again, what should be the degree of accuracy depends upon purpose of study. In the sense, when I start collecting data with regard to marks scored by all section B students, try to understand, there should be a standard of accuracy I should follow. Means I should actually collect data from you. It should not be based on estimate. I should not sit somewhere and estimate about your performance. I should actually collect data from you. Means there should be an accuracy. Again, what should be the degree of accuracy depends upon the purpose of study. Try to understand what exactly the purpose, that itself influence what should be the degree of accuracy. Again, statistics is systematic collection of data. I should plan in advance systematically how to collect the data, how to analyze the data, what statistical tool I have to make use of. All these things must be planned in advance. In case if I start collecting the data in a different way, means erratically if I collect the data, so then it will not serve the purpose. So that's why the purpose should be specific and definite. If the purpose is specific and definite, definitely I will systematically start collecting the data. So 2-3 weeks back, you might have experienced all class teachers of first year BCom students, our first year BCom classes. So they have sent you particularly a Google form. Means why we have sent a Google form? We want to collect related information systematically from you. We don't want irrelevant information. Try to understand. So that's why that is nothing but systematic collection of data. Again, whatever data collected systematically, it must offer comparison. Means the data collected must offer comparison to make meaningful analysis of data. So if you want to have a meaningful analysis of collected data, the collected data must offer comparison. So this is all about the features of statistics or characteristics of statistics. So depending on definition given by Cruxton and Cowden, try to understand, we know what Cruxton and Cowden explained statistics as. They said that it's a science of collection, organization, presentation, analysis and interpretation of numerical data. So the analysis of this definition highlights 5 phases of statistical process or statistical investigation. What are all that? Collection of data, organization of data, presentation of data, analysis of data, interpretation of data. So these steps we should study in detail. Try to understand. Unless you know what these 5 steps are, it is highly impossible for you to understand chapter 1, that is measures of central tendency, or chapter 2, whatever it is. So you should understand these 5 steps, particularly collection and classification of data. We are studying it in detail. So let me have a brief discussion, because we are going to study in detail the collection and classification, first 2 steps in detail in second session. So let me have a brief brief explanation or brief discussion on all 5 steps. First one is collection. It is the first step in statistical process or statistical investigation. A lot of care has to be taken while collecting the data, because it forms the foundation of analysis and interpretation of data. If something goes wrong, particularly in this step, it is highly impossible for you to draw a meaningful conclusion. Try to understand. You should be very much specific while collecting the data. You should take a lot of care while collecting the data, because data collected itself form a foundation of analysis. So if I ask a question, for example, you might have experienced it while filling the Google form. We asked a specific WhatsApp number which is permanent. If you give 2-3 numbers, it is highly irrelevant for us. We need only one permanent number. So that's why we should be very specific while collecting the data. So if we are very specific while collecting the data, it is possible for us to have a meaningful conclusion based on collected data. So that is why we should take so much care while collecting the data. Next one is organization. So data collected from published source are generally well organized. However, data collected from primary source needs careful attention to organize such data. Try to understand. We are going to discuss in detail what are the sources of data. So there are 2 important sources, primary sources and secondary sources, which we are going to discuss. So secondary sources are published sources. So those data collected from published sources are highly organized. In case if you collect data from primary source, you should take so much care, or you should give so much attention in organizing such data. We are going to discuss in detail what is the primary source and secondary source later. What organization of data involves? It involves careful editing of data, classification of data, and tabulation of data. What is editing? Irrelevant and inconsistent facts and figures are eliminated. Means elimination of irrelevant and inconsistent statistical facts. I have already informed. I need only one WhatsApp number of all students of first year BCom B, section B. So if I get information about, if I collected data which gives us 3 to 4 number of a single student, so definitely that is irrelevant for me. So I need only one permanent WhatsApp number of a student. So if student gives me 2-3 numbers, I should not consider, because it is irrelevant. I asked I asked only one permanent number, WhatsApp number. So I need only one WhatsApp number. So I should eliminate irrelevant, means other than one mobile number. So in case if student specified many numbers, I should ignore it. I should eliminate it. This is nothing but careful editing. Try to understand. So in case if the students have not given me correct data, so if they had given me insignificant data which is not at all relevant for me, definitely I should eliminate it. So that eliminating irrelevant or inconsistent facts, that is nothing but careful editing. The next one is classification. Once I edit the data, I should classify the data, means group the data with some common characteristics, which we are going to discuss in detail later. Next one is tabulation. So once you classify the data, so you should present it or arrange it in terms of columns and rows. That is nothing but tabulation. Why? To avoid ambiguity in data presentation. So you have to follow tabulation process. Tabulation is nothing but arrangement of data in columns and rows. So this is all about organizing. Presentation. The third step is after the collection of data and organization of same is presentation. So you should present the classified data Try to understand. You should present the classified data so beautifully so that it helps you for statistical analysis. So it helps you for applying certain statistical tool for analysis purpose. The next one is analysis. Once you collect, organize, present, next step is analysis. So analysis is nothing but you are making use of various statistical tool. Try to understand, we are applying various statistical tool to that collected or organized or presented data to arrive at meaning or to arrive at conclusion. Try to understand. So that is what analysis. So once you analyze, you should explain the meaning of analyzed data. So interpretation involves drawing meaningful conclusion from the collected data. But to do interpretation, you need intellectual quality. So means this is an intellectual process. It calls for high degree of skill and experience. It cannot be done by one who know a few aspects of statistics. So those who are very much expert can only go for doing analysis and interpretation. So this is what 5 important, try to understand, steps associated with statistics. One is collection, the other one is organization, next one is presentation, next one is analysis, and last one is interpretation. I have already informed you that collection and classification aspects we are discussing in detail, particularly in next session. So we have studied so far what exactly is statistics. Means initially what was statistics, what exactly is statistics now, then what is the important definition given by Bruxton and Cowden, what are the characteristics of statistics, then 5 phases of statistical process: collection, organization, presentation, analysis and interpretation. We have not discussed these phases in detail. So briefly we discussed, we are going to discuss particularly first 2 process. What is that? Collection and classification process, particularly in next session. Till that, take care. Thank you.